Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to iStance.com's trivia. We are going to sit tight and hang out for about 10 minutes or so. If you're watching this later to play on your own, you can skip forward for a bit. I'm muted. You guys can't hear me. I'm talking to myself. Sorry about that. It was a dumb bit anyway. Hopefully it'll come back. Yeah, I muted my microphone when I was finding the link of the video to tweet, and I forgot to unmute it. So sorry about that. Just some mom brain for you. Anyway, so it's been a few weeks. Thanks for coming back. We've actually had a bit of a skating season these past few weeks. Just emphasis on a bit. Not sure how much more we're gonna have, at least in the U.S. So. I think the latest is that France canceled their nationals. So, and I think Italy has paused their domestic competitions. I'm not sure if they're still planning on nationals or not. The U.S. moved its championship series to virtual, but they're just going to let all the senior ice dancers go anyway because they don't want to bother having anyone judge them. So, cool. I do hope that teams that haven't had a chance to show off their programs yet do get that chance at some point, whether it's virtual or a live competition. But I think some rinks might be closing again, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. If you haven't registered for today's event, you can let us know that you're playing by using the registration link below to send us your name and your team name if applicable. That just lets us know how many teams to expect, especially in the round one break between submitting answers and going over them. If you haven't played with us before, I'll be going over the rules shortly. Rules and, I don't know, instruction sounds dire. Procedures. Our theme today is coaches and choreographers. So it's a little bit of a mix. There'll be some throwback questions to when some coaches and choreographers were competitors, and there'll be some more current questions about coaching and choreography. Saw my first snow of the year today. Wasn't ready for that, especially since I was outside with my 2-year-old who wasn't wearing like a winter coat, really. She loves her like pink quilted jacket, but it's just kind of a single layer, like cotton quilting. And so I let her wear that, and I put her in the stroller and I put a blanket around her, and we were just going for a short walk to the grocery store to pick up an avocado and an onion. And on the way home, it started snowing. So that was a surprise. It did stop here in Cleveland. Actually, right after we got inside, it turned to rain. So I guess I did prefer the very light snow to getting soaked. All right. It's 5 minutes after 8, and we're going to get started with IDC Trivia Challenge number 15, Coaches and Choreographers. This is how it works. Teams are great if you'd like to play in teams. If you do play in a team, we ask that you keep your team to 6 people or less. If you don't have a team this time and want to play in a team next time, feel free to tell some friends. The more the merrier. To submit answers, you'll use the Google Forms, which are in the description below the video. You can submit your answers at the end of each round. You can use it to play along, but you don't have to submit until the very end of the round. If you're on a team, only one person needs to submit the answers. We have 3 rounds plus a final question. The rounds are usually general trivia, music trivia, and picture ID. This week, the music trivia round is more about choreography than the actual music. No points lost for wrong answers until we get to the final question. So for the first 3 rounds, feel free to make an educated guess or an amusing guess if you don't have any idea. And when you're identifying a team or a person, last names are fine. We don't necessarily need the first name, and spelling doesn't really count as long as we can figure out who you're referring to. It's fine. And most importantly, don't cheat. Don't use the internet, the Googly machine, the wiki to look up answers. This is just for fun, so let's keep it fun. Okay, so round 1, trivia questions. 6 questions. They're worth 6 points each. I'll give you about 90 seconds. Set up my timer. About 90 seconds between each question. And then I'll give you a little more time at the end of the round. So if there's a question you're stuck on, feel free to take a screenshot or jot down some notes so you can refer back to them at the end when there's more time. Okay. All right. Which 2 prominent ice dance coaches stopped working together in 2012, forcing their teams to decide which coach to follow? Question number 1. Which 2 prominent ice dance coaches stopped working together in 2012, forcing their teams to decide which coach to follow? Hello, Jocelyn. Are you following me? Please follow me to Cleveland. That's my friend Jocelyn in the chat. She started a fun podcast called Let's Get Down to Business. We were friends from California, met in a mom group at an ice cream picnic, and realized that not only were we both into figure skating, but we also had a mutual friend from Canada, which was weird because our mom group was located in the Bay Area of California. So, okay, moving on to question 2. Which coach who competed for Russia but had lived primarily in the U.S. since the 1990s moved back to Russia in 2018 to begin coaching in Moscow? Question 2. Which coach who competed for Russia but had lived primarily in the U.S. since the 1990s moved back to Russia in 2018 to begin coaching in Moscow? Question number 3. Which coach has worked with some of the best skaters in the world in the singles disciplines, but has only occasionally coached ice dancers, despite being a 7-time national champion in ice dance? Question 3. Which coach has worked with some of the best skaters in the world in the singles disciplines, but has only occasionally coached ice dance, despite being a 7-time national champion in ice dance? Question number 4. Which former world champion moved to Helsinki in 2011 to develop the ice dance training program in Finland? Question 4. Which former world champion moved to Helsinki in 2011 to develop the ice dance training program in Finland? Yes, Linda, that costume thread is super fun. I'm trying to find it so I can link it. I'm going to read the next question and then I'll find it and link it. Question number 5, where I always tend to write a novel. Which coaches that are assistants to the Dubreuil-Lauzon-Hagenauer team competed together for close to 2 decades? They never won a senior national medal, but went to Worlds in their final season together. They split so one partner could retire. The other partner competed for 1 additional year, but then they quickly reteamed as coaches. Question number 5. Which coaches that are assistants to the Dubreuil-Lauzon-Hagenauer team competed together for close to 2 decades? They never won a senior national medal, but went to Worlds in their final season together. They split so one partner could retire. The other partner competed for one additional year, but then they quickly re-teamed as coaches. Yeah, I meant to go back and add more. To that thread. I did add one. Okay, question 6. Name the year. If you're new to us, question 6 and round 1 is always a name the year question. I'll give you 4 facts that all happen within the same calendar year. Not necessarily the same season, but the same calendar year. So we're looking for a single year. Born and Kretz won their first world medal. The first Cup of Russia was held. Naomi Lang, Melissa Gregory, and Kristen Fraser all competed at the U.S. Championships on the junior level. And Karina Manta was born. Question number 6, name the year. Born and Kretz won their first world medal. The first Cup of Russia was held. Naomi Lang, Melissa Gregory, and Kristen Fraser all competed at the U.S. Championships on the junior level. And Karina Manta was born. All right. It is time to submit your round 1 answers. I'll give you about 3 more minutes. Whenever you're ready, you can use the round 1 submission form Make sure you put your name or your team name at the top. And I will let you know when there's about a minute left. You guys, I just got an email that part of my Costco.com order was canceled, and I thought for sure it was going to be the toilet paper. But it wasn't. It was the peppermint bark squares, and I'm really angry. This is my angry face. All right, about a minute left. Okay, I think we have everyone, probably. Okay, so round one answers. Question 1. Which two prominent ice dance coaches stopped working together in 2012, forcing their teams to decide which coach to follow? That was, of course, the great rift between Igor Shpilban and Marina Zueva, creating Novi versus Canton for several years. Question number 2. Which coach who competed for Russia but had lived primarily in the U.S. since the 1990s moved back to Russia in 2018 to begin coaching in Moscow? And that was Angelika Krylova. Question 3. Which coach has worked with some of the best skaters in the world in the singles disciplines, but has only occasionally coached ice dancers, despite being a 7-time national champion in ice dance? And that is my queen, Tracy Wilson. Number 4. Which former world champion moved to Helsinki in 2011 to develop the ice dance training program in Finland? And that is Maurizio Margalio. He is still there. has put quite a few teams together, convinced some single skaters to take up ice dance late in their careers, and has done a good job. Question number 5. Which coaches that are assistants to the Dubray-Lauzon-Hagenauer team competed together for close to 2 decades? They never won a senior national medal, but they went to Worlds in their final season together. They split so one partner could retire, the other partner competed for 1 additional year, but then they quickly re-teamed as coaches. And that team was José Pichet and Pascal Denis. They got to go to Worlds in 2004 because although they didn't medal at Canadians, one of the teams ahead of them was Chantal Lefebvre and Arseny Markov, and I believe Markov was not yet released from Russia. So they got to go to one Worlds. Question number 6, name the year. Born and Kretz won their first world medal. The first Cup of Russia was held. Naomi Lang, Melissa Gregory, and Kristen Fraser all competed at the U.S. Championships on the junior level. They're all coaching ice dance now. And Karina Manta was born. That was the great year of 1996. Okay. Moving on to question 2, or round 2, sorry. This is usually music identification. I kind of made it music/choreographer identification. Kind of reaching to mold the format to the theme. But that's what I did, and I can't change it now, so we'll see how it goes. 6 questions once again, and 6 points each. If you were here at the beginning, you might remember there used to be audio clips for the music round. That was fun, but there are still no audio clips because my internet is terrible. So we'll have 6 questions. Music/choreographer identifications. You name the music, choreographer, or team, depending on the question. And question 1, round 2. Winner of the Best Choreographer Award at the 2020 ISU Skating Awards, this former ice dancer works mainly with singles and pair skaters, but early choreography work included an assist on Weaver and Poget's 2009-2010 Phantom of the Opera free dance. Winner of the Best Choreographer Award at the 2020 ISU Skating Awards, this former ice dancer works mainly with singles and pair skaters, but early choreography work included an assist on Weaver and Poget's 2009-2010 Phantom of the Opera free dance. Question number 2. Scott Moyer's choreographic debut for a senior competitive dance program is a free dance set to which song? Question 2. Scott Moyer's choreographic debut for a senior competitive dance program is a free dance set to which song? And we only need the song title. You don't have to worry about the artist. Question number 3. Which professional dancer who gained notoriety on So You Think You Can Dance has recently worked with several ice dance teams, including Davison White and the Shibuchanis? She also worked with Charlie White on choreography for Virtue and Moyer's Rock the Rink tour last year. Which professional dancer who gained notoriety on So You Think You Can Dance has recently worked with several ice dance teams, including Davison White and the Shibutanis? She also worked with Charlie White on choreography for Virtue and Moyer's Rock the Rink tour last year. Question number 4. Last season, a British choreographer created a rhythm dance for a Canadian team using music that he competed with during his competitive career. Name the choreographer, the music, and the team. Question 4. Last season, a British choreographer created a rhythm dance for a Canadian team using music that he competed with during his competitive career. Name the choreographer, the music, and the team. Question number 5. Long before creating Kaori Sakamoto's The Matrix freeze skate and other competitive programs, this choreographer trained with Muriel Boucher-Zazouis and won several JGP medals in ice dance for France. Long before creating Kaori Sakamoto's The Matrix free skate and other competitive programs, this choreographer trained with Muriel Boucher-Zazouis and won several JGP medals in ice dance for France. And question 6. Which choreographer usually works with Alexander Zulin's teams? Some of his recent standout programs include Bobrova and Soloviev's Anna Karenina free dance and Sinitsina and Katsalapov's Verano Porteño rhythm dance. Which choreographer usually works with Alexander Zulin's teams? Some of his recent standout programs include Bobrova and Soloviev's Anna Karenina free dance and Sinitsina and Katsalapov's Verano Porteño rhythm dance. All right, and that wraps it up for round 2. You can use the round 2 form in the video description below. To submit your answers, just make sure you put the same name or team name at the top. I'll give you about 3 more minutes. I'll let you know when there's a minute left. About a minute left. Sorry, I was muted. But I think everyone's answers are in. Let me just count. Yep. All right. So moving on to round 2 answers. Question number 1. Which winner of the Best Choreographer Award at the 2020 ISU Skating Awards, this former ice dancer works mainly with singles and pair skaters, but early choreography work included an assist on Weaver and Poget's 2009-2010 Phantom of the Opera free dance. And that, of course, is Shaylin Bourne. I always find it so interesting when former ice dancers who are successful choreographers don't choreograph for ice dancers. Question number 2. Scott Moyer's choreographic debut for a senior competitive dance program is a free dance set to which song? Only needed the song title for this one. I didn't want to get specific about the versions. So the answer is Hallelujah. It is Hubble and Donahue's new free dance. Question number 3. Which professional dancer who gained notoriety on So You Think You Can Dance has recently worked with several ice dance teams, including Davis and White and the Shibutanis? She also worked with Charlie White on choreography for Virtue and Moyer's Rock the Rink tour last year. And that is Randy Strong. Question 4. Last season, a British choreographer created a rhythm dance for a Canadian team using music that he competed with during his competitive career. Name the choreographer, the music, and the team. So that would be choreographer Christopher Dean. The music was Mac and Mabel. The team was Gillis and Poirier. Question number 5. Long before creating Kaori Sakamoto's The Matrix, Free Skate, and other competitive programs, this choreographer trained with Muriel Boucher-Zazouille and won several JGP medals in ice dance for France. And that was Benoit Richaud. He skated with Elodie Brouillet and Tara Finley. And I don't think he competed in seniors at all. I think he just did juniors. Question number 6. Which choreographer usually works with Alexander Julin's teams? Some of his recent standout programs include Bobrova and Solovyev's Anna Karenina free dance and Sinitsina and Katsalapov's Verano Porteño rhythm dance. And that is Sergei Pechukov. So out of a possible 72 points, let's check and see where y'all are at the moment. And first place with 66 points, Maybelle. In second place with 60 points, Amanda. In third place with 54 points, Catherine. Tied for fourth with 48 points, Figure Skaters Online. And Linda Loves Twizzles. Sorry, formatting issue on my spreadsheet. Tied with 42 points. In fifth place, Debbie S. and the Ladies Caliph. With 32 points, Anita, and with 24 points, Sarah Canary. Moving on to round 3, picture identification. 6 photos, 6 points each. I will I will share 6 photos. They'll have the faces blurred. I'll give you the season. You name the team. And I promise there are no compulsories. At least I'm 90% sure. So photo number 1 is from the 2011-12 season. I should also note that all of these teams, at least one of the 2 members of the team is a coach or choreographer. Yes, thanks, Daphne, for helping me with scores, even though you're not feeling super. Ladies Cliff, I found your missing 6 points. You are right. Sorry about the tabulation error. So we have a 3-way tie for 4th at 48 points. Okay, photo number 2. A throwback from the 1983-84 season. Okay. Moving on, photo number 3 from the 2012-13 season. Are they all purple so far? They are all purple so far. I can't say that I had a theme in mind. Maybe someday we will have a purple theme. It's just a great color on the ice. You can't deny it. Moving on to photo number 4. It is, well, there's a tiny bit of purple, to be honest. A little purple shred. It's from the 2008-09 season. Photo number 5 is from the 1993-94 season. Alas, no purple. And photo number 6 from the 2006-07 season. There's purple. And there are all 6 photos. I'll give you about 3 more minutes. You can use the round 3 form. Make sure you choose the round 3 form to submit your answers whenever you're ready. Make sure you put the same name or team name at the top. About a minute left. I guess that's time. Go ahead and submit your answers. Okay, and let's go over the answers. Photo number 1 from the 2011 through 12 season. This was Meryl Davis in Lovely Purple and Charlie White. Photo number 2 from the 1983-84 season. Our super throwback, but quite recognizable Jane Torval and Christopher Dean in their bolero costumes. Photo number 3 from the 2012-13 season. This was Alexandra Paul and Mitchell Islam. Photo number 4 from the 2008-09 season. Sinead Kerr and John Kerr. Photo number 5 from the 1993-94 season. Maya Usova and Alexander Julin. Photo number 6 from the 2006-07 season. This was a deep cut. Nozomi Watanabe and Akiyuki Kido. And I cannot remember what exactly this program was, and the costumes don't really help unless maybe it was something about a clown. I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna do a score update in just a moment. It doesn't look like anyone got Watanabe and Kido, so don't feel bad. I like throwing in one super random one every week. All right. Heading into the final round, I have your scores. In first place with 96 points, Maybelle. In second place with 90 points, Amanda. In third place with 78 points, Catherine. In fourth place with 72 points, Figure Skaters Online. In... Sorry, that's not right. Hold, please. Sorry, when I fixed the ladies' Caliph score before I erased the tabulation formula. So, tied for fourth place with 72 points. Figure Skaters Online and the ladies' Caliph. I always forget where I am after a tie. Tied for fifth with 66 points, Linda Loves Twizzles and Debbie S. 50 points, Anita, and again, lost the tabulation. I'm just going to check all these. Okay. So 54 points, Sarah Canary, 50 points, Anita. Spreadsheet issues tonight. I think you're tied for third. Let me check that again. Four, 5. So you guys got 30 points in round 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 points in round 2. And 1, 2, 3. 18 points in round 1. So of course, 30 plus 30 plus 18 is actually 78. So yes, you are tied for third with 78. Sorry. I'm trying to help. I was trying to help Daphne with scores, and I'm almost positive I messed something up. So no more trying to do 8 things at once. Okay, so going into the final question. There will be multiple answers, as usual. If you are new, it's an open-ended question with multiple answers. You'll get 2 points for every correct answer, but you will lose 1 point for every wrong answer. So guess carefully. Final question. Of the teams that finished in the top 20 at the 2014 World Championships, which ones trained at least part-time in Michigan that season? Of the teams that finished in the top 20 at the 2014 World Championships, which ones trained at least part-time in Michigan that season? So teams that trained in Michigan during the 2014 season who also finished in the top 20 at Worlds. I will give you guys like 8-ish minutes. You can use the final question form to work on your answer and submit whenever you're ready, but I'll give you a few warnings. Yes, whether they trained part-time or full-time, it all counts. As long as they spent at least some of the season. Got 4-ish minutes left. Two minutes left. About 1 minute left. All right, go ahead and submit your answers if you have not yet. I think the video froze in a really, really unfortunate still of me. Can you guys still hear me? Cool. I'm glad you can hear me. I don't know how to make the video. Keep going. I'm like waving my hand at the camera like it's gonna do something. Oh, I did that. Huh. Okay, we're just gonna take off the giant photo of my head. Okay, so hopefully it will work when I advance the screen. I think it was just the video of me that was frozen, which is fine. You guys don't need me. I'm just gonna wait a second and see if the screen advances. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So, final question. Of the teams that finished in the top 20 at the 2014 World Championships, which ones trained at least part-time in Michigan that season? Capellini and Lenotte. This is in order of how they finished at Worlds, I believe is how I did this. So, Capellini and Lenotte, they were part-time. Weaver and Poget, Peshala and Borza, Chalk and Bates, Shibutanis, Paul and Islam, Zlobina and Sitnikov, Tobias and Sagnunis, Guignard and Fabry. They were also part-time, traveling there with Capellini and Lenotte, I think. And Aldridge and Eaton. So, we will check the scores. I didn't touch anything this time, so hopefully I didn't break any formulas. And I think we are all set. So, in first place with 110 points, Maybelle. They grabbed the lead at the beginning and didn't let go. In second place with 99 points, Amanda. In third place with 89 points, Ladies Khalif. In fourth place with 87 points, Catherine. In fifth place with 84 points, Debbie S. Right behind with 83 points, Figure Skaters Online. With 73 points, Linda Loves Twizzles. With 61 points, Sarah Canary. And with 59 points, Anita. So, congrats to everyone. And thanks for playing. Thanks for coming back. After, I think, 4 weeks it had been. Because I think we originally were thinking maybe last week and then pushed it to this week. So, yeah. In 2 weeks, I originally, actually both Daphne and I were hoping to be in Leesburg, Virginia for the championship series. But since that is now virtual, we'll be around. So we'll probably be back in 2 or 3 weeks. We'll discuss and let you know. Thanks to the new people that came out, and hope you had a good time. And have a great week or 2 weeks or whenever, and stay safe. And yeah, thank you.